It's not always good news. Right now, what we are seeing in the market, based on inflation and unemployment, I should say, there are things that are happening that could affect the real estate market. Like if we look at inflation for September came at 2.4%. So that's up from 1.9% in August. The biggest thing that drove that was the grocery prices and the gas prices not going down as quick. Even though that this inflation is starting to go up, the core inflation, there is supposed to be a Bank of Canada rate announcement coming up on the 29th. And it's likely still expected that they are going to be cutting the rate by another quarter point. That actually went down the possibility of that happening from 77% to 70%, according to a lot of economists. The message from Bank of Canada is actually going to change. They're going to stop committing to further rate decreases or probably talking about further rate decreases, and they're going to start to have this language saying that it's going to be data dependent, so kind of leaving you in limbo. So the chances as of right now is that there probably is going to be a quarter point rate decrease, but there's probably going to be no more future promises, and the language is going to be pretty loose around it. And I think they are obviously going to be citing the inflation. And the other thing also is that, and I don't know how this is going to affect it, but like amazing, Blue Jays are going to the championship round, but that's also going to cause our inflation to go up, right? We're going to have a lot of these people coming into the city and whatnot. They're going to be consuming our goods and services and whatnot, and that drives inflation at the same time. So it's good for us economically, and it's kind of on the downside is inflation. But that's kind of one of the problems that we are seeing right now with this inflation rise. The other thing also is that the auto industry, so it is concerning. So in Brampton at the Stellantis plant over there, so there's 3,000 jobs that likely are going to get affected over there. And I just read an article today for General Motors. They're actually laying off 1,000 people. So that's 4,000 people that I've just lightly researched and found out about probably going to be out of a job. The interesting thing to this right now is that every one job that's directly in auto manufacturing indirectly affects another 5 to 6 jobs in the auto industry, whether it be parts, supply chain, whatnot. It does affect a lot more people. So that 4,000 jobs can easily end up to being, something like 20,000 jobs in total. So there are a lot of these moving pieces that are happening. And honestly, where these plants are located, we could probably expect to see a shift in how their real estate market is going to be moving. Aside from that, if I look week over week in terms of our inventory, I know I was saying even 2 weeks ago that I think we're going to climb right back up to 30,000. We didn't get there yet. Not even today. So right now we were just shy of the 30,000 mark, which was the same as last week. In fact, from last week to this week, we actually went down 0.4%, which is about 112 units. From last year to this year, we're actually up another 4,400 units, which is 17.5% just from last year to this year. And from January 1st, I've been saying this, it's almost 98% increase of inventory, 14,600 units more on the market today than at the beginning of the year. Sales, when I look at it year to date, we are still down 11.8%, which is just under 7,000 units. And that breakout comes in freehold is down 9.4% and condo is down 15.8%. Week over week, we are actually down in sales by 22.3%. I don't really look at that as a big indicator. I just follow it along because last week we were up like 20%. So we're basically flat from last week to this week. When I look at price is actually down. So when I look at price for this week compared to the 52-week high, we're down about 5%, which is just under $55,000 on average selling price. When I look at it week over week, we are down 6.5% in average selling price, which is almost $73,000. Hope you guys found this valuable. If you guys have any questions, feel free to send me a DM. Happy to get back to you. Take care.